Well, look at here. Looks like I got some goodies in the mail. A Rosewill Nighthawk 117. It's very heavy. I'm from Tennessee. And it's a smaller box. I think this is where the good stuff really is. Alright, now that I got the case unpackaged, as you can see here, this thing's huge. Let's go take a look. Some of the basics here. It's got this beautiful, nice piece of plastic. See right through it. But you can see me. Hey, looks like this comes off pretty easily. I already took the screws off. And you can see some of the internals here. Hard drive bays. Looks like they're pretty accessible, actually. Look at that, they slide in and out. It's pretty cool. Not entirely sure what this button does, but I'm sure it has to do with being able to pop out a hard drive from the front, or not a hard drive, a CD-ROM drive, or any other front bay you'd like. This is pretty cool right here. It looks like a hard drive SATA port for an internal drive that you could just pop right on here for easy accessibility. I'm assuming one of these has cables with a SATA cable for that to hook up to your motherboard. And this is kind of cool. It looks like an exhaust. You could open this up a little bit, and I guess for some airflow. As I said, there are two fans right here. And along the back, we have area for your power supply, PCI cards, and your motherboard ports. Some more fan in the back. Well, now let's take a look at the real piece of the puzzle here. This is what we came for. This is why I spent the money. Fabulous GTX 1080, the EVGA for the win version. So let's open it up and see what we got inside here. So I just unpackaged the 1080, and here it is. It's quite beautiful, pretty heavy, silver, and then here we see the ports. It has 4 display ports, an HDMI port, and a DVI-D port. This is also dual fan, unlike the Founders Edition with only one fan. So that's one of the cool little extras from this EVGA one. Dual fans for better cooling. This is PCI Express. We have slightly backwards EVGA logo in the back. Oh man, a beautiful backplate. This plastic's still on this. I need to take that all off. In fact, it's on all the logos. And came with a nice little packaging, some stickers, in case you want to put that in the case. Well, just to do a comparison, here's my old case with, you know, not looking so good here, a little dusty and full of cat hair. With the old GTX, I don't know if you see it there, 770. And we're going to go and move that into the newer, bigger case with the new GTX 1080. Alright, let's put the bad boy in. I think we're in. Alright. Feels pretty solid. Looks pretty good. SATA cables are still all in place. Okay, and I just... Alright, one thing that's pretty cool about these hard drive bays is very easy installation. You just slide this out. And if you notice over here, there aren't really screws, these little edges where the screws would be. So, pretty simply, you'll line them up with where the screw holes are, and you just pop it in. As you can see there, they just go in like that, and alright, just to give you a tour of the completed product here. Here is the motherboard. It's mounted into the back of the chassis here. This is the P8Z68V Pro by ASUS. I love this motherboard. I've had it for about 6 years now. It performs like a charm. Same with my CPU, which is under here underneath this massive heatsink. That's the Intel Core i7 2600K quad core, 3.4 gigahertz. We have the RAM here. This is a Corsair Vengeance RAM. I believe this totals 12 gigabytes right here. I did install my video input card. As you can see here, it has that HDMI input. This is for recording video if I want to use that function. And here's the massive baby right here, the GTX 1080 for the win. As you see, it does take dual 8-pin power connectors. And it does have that sweet dual fan. And you know, a nice little logo that's kind of hard to see, but there we go, you can see it back there. And here's my USB connectors for the front, and here's front panel, HD audio. And what's interesting too is up here, this cable here is for USB 3.0. Now all of that fun comes up to the top for our lovely buttons up here. USB 3.0, 4 USB 2.0s, fan controls, power button, reset button. Here's the power supply, Corsair 700 watt. This should do the trick. I believe the GTX needs at least a 500 watt, 700 should be okay. I do run a few hard drives, but I don't think they're very power consuming, so we should be okay there. Here are the hard drive bays. They're all connected, so I'm not going to pull them out. And up front we do have Blu-ray player, CD-ROM. These are both burners too. This could burn a Blu-ray, this could burn CDs, DVDs. And back here, here's all our ports. From our motherboard, we do have much more USB 2.0s, a couple more USB 3.0s, Ethernet. This has its own video control as well. I don't typically need a graphics card, but of course I'm not going to get my performance out of it without it. And here's the back of the GTX 1080. I'll be using an HDMI port and a DVI port for my dual monitors and power. So, you know, it took some time. I installed the new 1080 from NVIDIA, the EVGA, for the win. And, you know, I put in my new case and booted up the PC. It worked. I'm just going to go ahead and install the drivers, and then I'm going to start kicking some ass in Battlefield and other games. Catch me online. See ya.